Yay!
Hey, the stream can hear us. What's up, stream?
Oh, the stream
What's up,
can't hear
stream?
me.
Oh no!
They can hear me now. It's fine.
Can you hear me now?
I can see here, Chinny now. The rain has gone.
How about the dick?
I haven't even started. Let me get in there. Let me get to it. What's the matter with you? Dick. I've got a giant dick. I haven't got a giant deck actually, but I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
I've got half a giant deck. Yes, I have. Yeah, I'm not terribly pissed actually. Ian's asking how pissed I am. I'm not. I'm a little bit merry. I've had about maybe 3 pints, 3 or 4.
Stu's all drunk.
I'm not all drunk. I'm fine. It's all good. Don't get fucking excited. Don't wet your knickers.
I'm wetting my knickers.
I'm all good. I'm all good.
How good is our
He says. Right. Are we kind of ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Are y'all ready?
Yep.
We all ready? Let's do this shit.
We are ready, people.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News,
Welcome to the flower shop.
Game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Gold. G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D, and gold.
That's Chinny's favorite thing.
It's the veteran gamers. Yeah, boy. Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Egghead like this bookie work.
Hello and welcome to episode 437 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, 437. I'm Stuart. I've had a couple of drinks.
I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. It's all good. That being said, I have got some special edition. I'm Stu.
Hello.
Anyway, that being said, I've got some special edition Jack Daniels here. That's 43% proof.
Ooh.
So that's some strong shit right there. That is.
So by the end of
I'll
the show,
sip it. No, I've only got a little snifter in a glass, so that I'm gonna sip it. It's fine. It's all. I'm gonna be pissed. It's all good. It's all good. But I'll be honest, I kind of need it for its pain-numbing properties.
Why? Why are you in pain?
Oh my god! I've got pains where I didn't know you could get pains.
Because
For the last 2 days, I've dug up a garden, got rid of all the turf. Not on my own, I'll be honest. Let's put this into perspective. I had a friend round who is like a robot. So he is just like an automaton. You give him a spade, he's just digging. He used to be in the army.
shot in KRS-One.
We got another one, Bob. We got another one.
Like a robot.
He is like a robot. But he was in the army. They used to make them dig just to do exercise.
Well,
so
yeah.
he's like a beast. I mean, we cleared the lawn by 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Started at 8:30. We cleared everything by about 1 o'clock.
You're
So
monsters.
I know all the lawn was gone. Today, and we got the biggest bit of frame built as well. So we're on this. Tomorrow we're gonna piss it. Today was horrific. Just trying to do all the intricate stuff, get all the braces in between the bloody beams. Oh my god! Dig holes to put the posts in. Make sure everything's
Stu, what are you building?
Building a massive dick.
All right, that's it. End of the deck jokes.
But okay, yeah, that's the end of the deck jokes. But tonight what we did because we hadn't got a lot of deck built.
Yeah.
We'd done all the framework. That was all cemented in, so that's all good. So what we did we just put a load of loose boards on it and then just screwed down the last one so we could sit on it tonight and have pizza and beers afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's all good. The trouble is now, he's not available for another week now. So until next Sunday, we can't finish anything off.
Yeah.
But luckily, the weather forecast is very good. So there's no rain forecast. It's meant to be sunny for the next 2 weeks. So hopefully, all being well, it'll be fine until next week. And then we'll hopefully box it off and get it all done.
Well, all right. I hope so. By the way, we are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Now, as a result of deck building and stuff, I haven't played a lot of games, if I'm being really honest.
Jeez, what's wrong with you?
And I've played something very new, which I can talk about. But other than that, I'm kind of a bit of God of War, and that's kind of about it. And I played a demo. I played a demo as well, so I'll talk about
Stu's jumping ahead to the what you've been playing segment of the show because he's pissed. But I have a story.
Pissed? I'm just saying, I'm just not playing much.
It's story time. Story time.
So we had our Taste of Timor event today. That was awesome. It went very well, mostly thanks to the Duchess. What? And yeah, so that was good. But the real story time I have is this. I've done something recently that I've only ever done once before. And it, in a way, it's a new thing that I've never done.
Masturbate.
Bought a T-shirt from Brand New.
Oh, yeah, didn't buy second-hand clothes.
Jenny. I have the Fallout lunchbox.
You do?
There was a special collector's edition that went on. They had a whole bunch of them left over, apparently, for Fallout 3 on Amazon, and so they were selling them cheap. It was like
You don't say.
Yeah.
What, cheap? Are you sure?
Like, you don't say that they have a lot of those stupid lunchboxes left over.
Full price.
It came with the lunchbox, it came with the bobblehead, it came with an art book, and it came with a copy of Fallout 3. Well, all I really wanted was the lunchbox, but the bobblehead is cool on my desk at school, and whatever. But that was after the fact. I don't think I've ever bought a collector's edition of a game before it came out.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm.
But Cyan, the creators of Myst, recently announced a Kickstarter in order to make a 25th anniversary edition of Myst. And one of the premiums they had was a Myst box in the shape of a Myst book, like a linking book.
Is this not the one that has the screen on the front?
And there's a special edition that has a screen on it.
I remember talking about this and you dissed it.
Yeah, I did. And then I looked at it again and I was like, And then it said, and this is really what tipped my hand.
I know, you hypocrite.
Yeah, well, I changed my mind. That's not the same thing as being a hypocrite. But when you attach a USB cable to it, you can access digital goodies. Ooh. And it's not clear what that means, but I'm curious about
viruses.
Exactly. Yeah. It'll make every image like Myst Island.
Yeah, it'll just put a lot of porn
Trojan horses in
porn pop-ups all over you.
Yeah. So I kickstarted the kind of pricey Myst thing, and so I'm gonna get the Myst linking book box.
How much have you paid? How much have you paid for?
Oh my god.
$170.
It's not cheap.
What? Honestly,
$170.
$170. $170. $170.
$170.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. And the only reason I did it is because I just got paid for the year for being the head building rep in our union, and it was, money that I was.
Would they be happy about where you spend your union money?
Yeah, exactly. Hey guys, look at what I'm spending this on, suckers. So anyway, yeah, that's now I didn't go full throttle and all the way over the top in order to get Gaines Inkwell. That would have been nuts. They are making for like $250, you can get Gaines Inkwell. And like, first of all, who needs an Inkwell? Nobody.
Do you know what's funny, Duke? Right, I've sent you from links from the art side that does all the really cool limited edition prints of sort of artwork from games.
Yeah.
With Eco and all that, and you've gone, it's way too expensive. I'm not paying that sort of money for one of them. And they're probably a similar price, or slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
But you're willing to pay for an LCD screen in a book.
This arrived at the right time. I had a windfall in my pocket, and it's a stupid thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can't tell me that it's because I know it's stupid, and I don't go for this sort of thing very often. Like like I said, I've never really done it before. So, but these games are, really important to me. They kind of changed my life in some ways. I interviewed Robin Miller, and I haven't. Here's the thing. Part of me was like, because they're gonna make the games available on Steam. They're already available right now. Myst and Riven are, but whatever. Anyway, they're optimized to work with Windows 10 and whatever. Myst 3 Exile has not been available for anything. It's really hard to play that right now. So
is it any good though? That's the question.
What's that?
Is it any good?
Yeah, I remember Myst 3 being okay. Not as good as Myst and Riven, but whatever. But yeah, so part of me was like, I should just buy that game and have fun playing that game and hell with these stupid book things. But then I was like, you know what? Treat myself.
Treat myself. Do you know what? You've got to do that sometimes, haven't you?
You do got to do that sometimes.
You got to do it.
He's on Sorry Set on Parks
Three
and
words
Rec.
for you. Treat yourself. Treat yourself 2011. Once a year, Donna and I spend a day treating ourselves. What do we treat ourselves to?
Clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year.
So there
Treat
you go.
Yourself. There you go. That's what you got to do. You got to treat yourself.
I don't do it very often, so that's what it is. Chinny, got any story time?
No.
What you been playing? What you been playing?
There you go. What we've been playing. What have we been playing? Who knows? Let's go to Chinny first. I want to hear about Witcher 3 stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's get on.
A Witcher update.
I had quite a roller coaster with The Witcher 3 this week. If you'd have asked Wednesday Chinny, hey Chinny, Wednesday Chinny, what do you think? What do you think of The Witcher 3? Wednesday Chinny would have said, "Fuck this game, I'm done."
Oh my god! What?
Yeah.
Holy crap! You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Why?
I was having a real bad time with this game. I was
so
having...
in what respect? What was it?
I was going to go into that before you asked that question. I wasn't going to leave it there.
Were you leaving it hanging?
I was having a really hard time, but then it changed. The end. We had to move out. We filled the head with garbage. The end.
Then I sorted it all out. So, and look, bear in mind here, Stuart, before I start saying what I'm going to say, that I don't play these types of games. I don't like this kind of genre.
You do not.
And I don't usually deal with... I just actually put up on the stream the bit where I got really pissed off. I don't usually deal with this much inventory in a video game. And that's in lies the problem, is the sort of micromanagement of all the shit. And I know you're going to say, well, it's better than it was in 2, and I didn't play 2, so fuck 2.
To be fair, it's better than it was when The Witcher 3 came out, because they have sorted a lot of shit out in the inventory and the way it's organised. Oh yeah, you'd have fucking hated it. And I'm serious. When that game first came out, it was
Stu,
terrible.
not interested. Not interested. All right, don't.
You
care.
gotta be patient with Stu, Chinny. He's drunk.
Yeah, he's drunk. He's
I'm not
absolutely
drunk.
wasted.
I am not drunk.
He's so wasted.
You know who says they're not drunk? Drunk
people. That is definitely true, by the way. Okay, so I don't care what it looked like before, Stu. I don't care anything like that. You know.
What the inventory.
I don't care, Stuart.
Why was terrible.
What I care about is the fucking game that I'm playing now.
Yeah.
And this
so
game,
what about the? Go ahead.
Well, like, I would. The frustration came from I would die a lot, you know, and I would I would come across things, and I wasn't fighting enemies that were like vastly higher than me in level or anything like that. I was just really struggling. Where I am now, this is a quest. Let me see. What's the name? Is it Yennefer the witch,
Yes.
the sexy
Yep,
witch.
Yep, yep.
Unicorn, you have sex with a
Say
unicorn.
unicorn sex.
So she I did like a kind of quest with the quest I was talking about last week, and then she gives me this magic lantern.
She does.
And
It'll light up the thing in the
yeah, and if,
Yeah,
if anything,
yeah.
I was the
Remember
one
the
with the
magic
magic. I was the one with the magic lantern. I'm all right, you know. Is it?
You are the one with the
So
magic lamp.
I went to this island, and she went, "I'll go to this island," and I go, "All right, sweet." So I go to the island, and there's all like dead people there, and none of them can see me. And then this one bitch can see me, and I'm like, "Oh, you're weird." And she's all like, "Oh, settle my soul, man. Like I'm just a fucking stupid ghost, and I can't rest until you settle my soul." So I agreed to settle her soul, and I took her.
Settle her soul.
Or whatever it is, I don't know. I'm ad libbing.
I can't
right.
even remember.
Right, so I take like her bones or something to her ex-husband or widow husband, and I go to Dave. Let's call him Dave, and I go, "You alright, Dave? You know your dead wife? Yeah, she's still dead. Like, sorry to get your hopes up, but I spoke to her ghost, and she is lovely. She's having a whale of a time. Actually, no, she's locked in a tower, and you need to bury these bones, and she'll be fine. And then you can move on, and do whatever you want to do." And he's like, "Yeah, no worries. All right, sweet." And then you walk out of that house, and then you hear like a kerfuffle, and the game doesn't make you go back into the house. All right, you just hear something. You just hear like a like that. And you're like, "Oh, okay, am I playing Far Cry 5 again? What's going on?" And so I go back into the house, and he's dead. And there's like it was like a witch, and apparently she's this ghost that tricked me and fucking killed this guy. And I was like, "You bitch,
Nice.
fucking slag." Anyway, so so I explained that quest there, but my journey to that quest was very difficult because the island where the ghosts are, I was having a lot of trouble with because I just kept on dying a lot, and then I did another quest, and I kept on dying, and I did another quest, and the problem came down to I could not find food, and I know the answer is very easy it's very easy to answer the question of where do I find food. But I could not for the life of me find food. And people were coming into the chat, "Oh, you go here, you go there, and get some oils and get some potions." I'm like, where? Where do I get them?
You're gonna make them.
Well, no, look, yeah, I know.
With the potion ingredients.
But like, no. All right. I don't want to. And B, like, I just wanted food, and people just say, "Oh yeah, like usually I've got loads of food." I'm like, "Good for you."
You've got to make health potions, really.
I've said this before. That drives me crazy more than anything else. If I'm having a hard time with something in a video game, in literature, in teaching, whatever I'm trying to do, and you go, "Well, it's easy." Shut up. It may have been easy for you, but it's not easy for me. So don't ever say that.
Yeah.
So I was getting quite frustrated. I honestly was getting frustrated because I kept on dying, and I go to like people that sell shit, and I was like, maybe they've got a bit of food, and a lot of them didn't.
Can
right?
I just say, I think the thing with Witcher 3 is it starts off and it isn't too punishing, but you get to a stage where suddenly stuff is hard and you die a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not until you get your swords upgraded, you start using oils, you get your health potions, you start creating those all the time.
Yeah, but
that
when it
starts
gets
getting a little
hard
bit
at that
easier.
point, the game, like, it's already told you how to do all the stuff, but I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention back then.
Yeah, it kills you otherwise. It just kills you.
Do you know there is a section in the menu about like tutorials?
Fuck that.
I'm
Right.
just saying, YouTube generation doesn't want to read stuff.
I ain't reading
Or
shit.
if you, and I don't, maybe you've done this, but you can put into Google, you can often put like, how do you do X, Y, and Z? And
I was
The thing-
almost
what
there
you've
with
got to
that. Yeah.
understand, what you've got to understand with The Witcher 3 is, unlike sort of Skyrim or stuff like that, it is more complex. There's more complex shit going on.
It's unlike good games, it's hard to understand. I understand that.
It's- no.
But listen, okay, all right. Hey, I haven't-
I win.
I haven't finished my my explanation.
No,
So-
he's only halfway there. He's only halfway there.
So Elusive Man was in the chat on Wednesday, and he was watching me sort of break down. Yeah, loading times of shit. Paul in the chat just said loading times of shit. Actually, I've got new notes. Shall I read out my notes?
Read out your nose.
Okay. I don't like the horse controls. I fucking hate the horse controls.
The only thing I liked about the horse controls was if you were on a road and you just held the button down, it followed the road.
No, it does not, Stuart.
It sort of does.
No, it does not.
When you get to a corner.
No, it does not do
Other
that.
than follows the
It
road.
follows the road for a bit, and then your
Yeah, it
horse
does.
or the roach, but I call it fucking psychopath horse, just goes off and does its own thing after a while.
It
At
kind
one-
of does.
I looked
When it
away.
gets to
I
Four.
was holding A. I looked away and turned back, and at one point it was sewing a nice quilt together. You know, it just does what it wants. So then, on that quest that I was talking about with Yennefer, there's something happened that made me laugh quite a lot. Because of how.
Was it meant to be funny?
No, see that's the thing. Like I feel like this game does have some good comedy moments, and it is well written. I think the characters are quite good, but this was so ridiculous that it made me laugh. Is the Xenovox?
I don't remember what that is.
So, Yennefer gives you a Xenovox when you go to the island, and she goes, "Take this Xenovox," and you go, "All right, what is it?"
I always wanted a Xenovox.
Yeah,
It's the Xenovox.
it's a walkie-talkie basically, one way.
Oh,
All right, and when you get close to the island, she's like, "Are you there?" And I'm like, "She's fucking. It's just a walkie-talkie. Like this is ridiculous. Like it felt really dumb." All right, and I was like, "What's a Xenovox?" All right, and then she's because it only works one way. She can only talk to me, and I couldn't talk back to her. But she's and the Witcher brought up the very good point that I thought of. He went, "Well, how do you know I'm there?" All right, and she went, "Call it woman's intuition." All right, and I went, "Okay." And then I did that. I tried to do that quest. I died a lot, and then about an hour later, I came back to it, and she was like, "Okay, so when you get to the castle," I'm like, "Fuck, you've been waiting there for an hour, just listening in." I just thought that was stupid. So hold on, I don't remember what this one is. I like something about the game. You ready?
ready.
Okay.
I like the fact that you can haggle your quest reward.
Oh yeah, no,
I like that.
That's good.
Because he's like, "I'll give you 200 gold." Like, "Fuck you. You give me 250." And he's like, "Fuck you. 220? All right, best buds." I like that. Yeah. This is what I wrote, okay? I'll tell you what I mean shortly, but fuck off with the potions and selling shit is what this is in the beginning of my rage. So
Do you know what's quite good though about the selling shit? It does, but there is junk. Shit that you can just sell and you don't need to keep.
This is the thing here, Stu. At this stage of the game, I don't know what I should sell and what I shouldn't sell. I don't know what is junk and what's not junk. Because you say, you can craft things and stuff, and most of the stuff that you pick up are craftable items, or that you can break them down and use them for craftable items. So I'm thinking, should I keep this? Because I'm being told that I need oils and potions, so I don't need to keep this shit. And then I figured out that mainly the shit that adds weight to you is the swords and shit.
It is.
And
yeah, you definitely need to sell old armor, stuff that's weaker than what you've got.
And again, Elusive Man in the chat made it very, very simple for me, and he said, just sell shit and buy shit. Don't worry about crafting everything yet. And he said, like, if you don't know what it is, just fucking sell it. Don't worry about it. And then he said, if the weapon's green with an arrow, that means it's better than yours. It's not any more complicated than that. I was like, all right.
It isn't. It is. And the other thing to think about is if you can craft weapons that are higher than your level, just do it, because eventually you'll hit that level and you'll be able to use that weapon.
Well,
armor.
Here's my advice on that. Don't craft anything. Just buy shit that's better than what you have.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I just sell a load of shit.
I spent time pursuing. I didn't get the boots of the Orcalam.
I crafted everything. I didn't buy shit.
Well, that's the difference between you and me. And I spent so much time finding the elements for the boots of Orcalam, and I was like, wait a minute, this is. And then like 10 minutes later, I got something that was better. And I'm like,
are you sure there was something called the boots of Orcalam?
Yes.
Did you finish it in the end, Duke? Are you still in it?
No, Duke finished, didn't he?
I finished.
Oh, you finished it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and then my next note is having a breakdown. So this is definitely my sort of when I was losing it a bit. The map is shit. There's no. You can't argue about that, Stu.
It's not as bad as the Skyrim map.
No, it isn't.
I'm not comparing it to Skyrim. I'm saying
So
the map is
what
shit.
don't you like about the map? What
This-
don't you like about it?
I'm not playing on the PS4, so I'm playing on the Xbox One. So there's 2 buttons to get to it. That's shit.
Yeah, the PS4 works fine because it's just a big button.
Yeah, because there's a map button on the PS4.
There is.
Which I like. Well,
you know
I'm
what?
playing God of War
You
at the
can
moment. And
call-
yeah,
You can call that button to shit, but I'll tell you what, as a map button, it's
a great.
perfect.
I just like having a big fat button at the top of the controller.
Yeah, it is. It is perfect.
Okay, so the map is shit. Regardless of what we think of Skyrim's map, the map is shit. And it takes 2 stages to get there. You can't. This is the thing that I hate about the map is it only gives you like sat nav directions to the main quests, but if you place a marker, it doesn't give you like a dotted line towards your marker. And sometimes I want to just see what the question marks are, so I want to put my marker down, but I've just got to sort of...
It does, but you have to turn the main quest off.
See, why do you have to tell me that, Stu?
You do. You can highlight your main quest and then highlight a side quest or a question mark.
Well, it's still dumb. Right, so I think there's a... I wrote this, I don't remember it. Goat fucking herding. I think I... yes, I do remember.
Goat herding, not goat fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that quest. It was hilarious.
See, this is the difference between you and I, Stu. There's a goat.
A goat.
There's a goat in the game.
Oh yeah, no. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm with Stu on this one. That was a funny quest because I didn't realize it was a goat.
See, the thing is, I think the reason why I hated this quest so much is because this is like at the precipice of my losing my shit. Sort of like, you know, I'm like.
This game is wasting my time. Hey,
Yeah.
can you help me with my friend? Okay, here it's a goat.
Yeah.
Well, I found out what it was.
So
and then you have an escort mission, so you have to escort the goat back to the house.
Awful. I hated it.
I don't blame you for hating it, but I thought it was
terrible.
Funny. We can't be funny.
So like, and then I get like the second part of shut up, Stu. I got the second part of series story. Like the Bloody Baron, who's a brummie. He's like, right, well, I'll tell you a bit more about series story then, and then he does, and then he just tells you about this shitty horse race that she did, and it was fucking.
I know, you do it 20 times.
It was awful. And I hated that, and. Yeah,
I'm sorry you're having a bad time with it, but it does my heart good to hear you complain about this game that I'm
so then hold on. So like, and I felt this. I played The Witcher 3 today, and I felt this. I still feel this. Like the cutaways are ridiculous. The cutscenes are ridiculous. Yes. So like I just had this big cutscene with the Bloody Baron, right? And I understand there has to be cutscenes. I'm not saying.
And the Bloody Baron is a massive part of
well,
the
the thing is. What happens there is what bothers me is you have this big cutscene with the Bloody Baron, and he goes, right, well, you find my daughter and my wife, and then I'll tell you more where Ciri is. I go, okay, fine. So then you walk out, and then you're just about to walk out the Bloody Baron's thing, and then another cutscene comes, and the Bloody Baron walks up to her and he goes, oh, Witcher, and another thing. And you're like, I was just fucking in there, man. Like, couldn't you just tell me that shit now? And he's like, when you see me daughter, give her this doll. I'm like, fuck the doll. Like, I honestly wanted to sell the doll as soon as, like, but it wouldn't let me. And
I'm sorry.
You can't sell quest items.
I've said this elsewhere, but this dude beat his wife almost to death.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole thing is like, well, but she tortured me mentally. I'm sorry. There's a very fine line between understanding why he did it and, like, making excuses for him doing it.
He's torturing me to death, talking to me.
Do you know what, though? It's all that stuff is so well written. You know, it is
Well,
quite deep.
I don't know. It just feels a bit too. It feels very padded to me. I feel there's just a lot, and you know, and when you bear in mind, like that every side quest has cutscenes as well. And you just like, I mean, this is the goat thing now, where I'm doing now on the screen. And, you know, like, you have to fight some blokes before you fucking get there and all this. And they have a cutscene, and you're just like, fucking hell, get on with it, you know.
There's two ways of looking at it, though, isn't there? There's one you're going,
with the game switched on and the game switched off. Those are the two ways.
No, but also, you got to think, how much effort did he put in to create
Yes,
all
why don't you spend more time thinking about all the effort they put in?
Hey, Hitler put a lot of effort into
They
his
didn't have
efforts.
to do all that shit, but they did
Wow.
it anyway.
We're already talking about this compared to Hitler.
But
Damn.
also, it's because they care about the story. You know, they want it to be good.
Look, I'm right. So that was Wednesday, Chinny.
Okay. Have we got a Thursday, Ginny?
So Thursday, Chinny played the game, right? And I was like, right, let's play it again. And then for some reason, right, and I think mainly it was because I stopped dying. Because this was it. This was the realization. And again, I blame the game for this, right?
It's possible.
I didn't understand the upgrade system very well. So this is what was happening. This is why I was dying so much. And I realise it makes me sound dumb, but I still blame the game. When you go into the... I'm just going to see if I can just get the upgrade system up. But when you go into the upgrade system, you've got like a grid of like perks on the left, right? Different types of perks for your weapons and all sorts of shit, like with your...
And obviously all your spells and stuff. You've got all that stuff to upgrade.
Yeah, got all that stuff. So there's loads of different... so on the left you've got a grid of perks, and on the right you've got like... You can put some of those perks in a sort of like a pattern that collective that if you mix it with mutagens, they give them.
You get them the same colours.
Yes, I understand that, but then they get like they give you boosts and all that sort of crap.
Correct, and you've got to upgrade your basic mutagens to greater mutagens and all that kind of stuff.
I haven't got there with that, but anyway, right.
You combine them together, so you sort of multiply them basically.
I want to know
shit.
What did Duke just say?
Hey, who cares? It's all ridiculous. You shouldn't have to spend
It's not. No, it makes it... Well,
no, it really is. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It
makes it easier.
Fuck you. Right. So the
spend 20 hours learning all this complicated stuff. It'll make things easier.
So anyway,
I think it's about 5. If you have 5 normal mutagens, you can then combine them to make a greater one. And then when you put that in your slot, it obviously makes a massive difference. So that's what you definitely need to be doing.
I'll put the fucking game in your slot in a bit, Stu, if you just fucking shut up. Right. So that all happens, and so you know, I look at the upgrade system, and I'm just like, oh. And what I thought was going on was that only things that you apply to the grid on the right are active.
Right.
So I didn't know that if you unlock a perk on the left, that you are using that perk. Right? Right. So I only thought that the perk was working when it was on the right of the screen. But what happens is, for people that haven't played The Witcher, is when you unlock a perk on the left, it's active, but on the right, this whole thing on the right is to sort of boost them a little bit if you can mix them with mutagens and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I had like 9 upgrade perks because I couldn't.
Because you never used them.
I did say on the first. Right, I did say on the first time I spoke about The Witcher on this show, I said, I find it weird that like I've got upgrade perks spare because I can't fill up the gaps on the right of the screen. I remember saying that, and you were like, "Wow,
you
fucking
be paying attention."
Yeah, exactly. So you really need to fucking listen, right?
I may have said something like, "Well, just a minute, what did you just say?"
Yeah, I said something negative about The Witcher, and you saw red. That's what you did. So then when I understood that, I was like, right, I'm spending all my fucking perks, and all of a sudden, like I was a bit more of a badass, and
also, what you can also do with the mutagens is if you use a specific spell or thing, you can upgrade and sort of focus just on that and make that way more powerful than anything else.
Yeah,
Interesting
whatever.
thing about that is,
I do think it's a dumb upgrade system, but anyway, when that happened, I went, oh, okay, right, and then I started to take Elusive Man's advice and just sell loads of shit. Get rid of all the swords I wasn't using, sell loads of shit. And then he also said something very useful that he says, usually in pubs, people sell food. And I went, right, because I don't care about making potions right now. I just want to have a lot of food and sell all my shit.
Chinny, what about the oils?
Fuck the oils. Fuck the oils. Right. So I was like, that's good advice. I'm going to find a pub. And I found this guy just walking down the street, like, selling shit. And he had 13 chickens. I was like, yes, I'll buy all of those. Right, I'll buy the lot. He must have looked at me like a maniac. and then I went, then I started to come across more food, and now I've got like quite a lot of food. And then once I stopped getting pissed off, it was like my brain, my attention went away from hating the fucking game to, okay, now I'm ready to learn about how to craft something. Let's try and craft. You know what I mean? Like because I'm not frustrated about the game anymore. I'm not rejecting everything. I'm living. I'm doing okay. Okay, let's try and apply an oil to a sword. Like let's do that. And so how much and let's upgrade. I upgraded my shield. I noticed in the chat, everybody in the chat always said use your shield. I wasn't using it enough. So I upgraded that loads, and now that's really strong, and and so I started to get better at the game. So Thursday, Chinny was really, really enjoying the game. I still think the cutscenes are long. I still think that some of the quests are better than others. I still think the map shit and all that sort of stuff. But I am enjoying the game. I played it a bit more today, and I met there was these bunch of kids. And they wanted me to play hide and seek, and I was like, "For fuck's sake, it's this shit." You know what I mean?
I remember that. I remember
there's no wonder this game takes so fucking long because I'm playing hide and seek with these stupid pricks.
Mind you, there's that in Skyrim. To be fair,
the Wild Hunt is going to eat your souls, but yeah, we can play some hide and seek.
Yeah, there is hide and seek in Skyrim. What is it with fucking hide and seek in these games? And
that's in the I'm trying to remember the original. The one with the weird mechanical stuff. God, what's that called?
Drunk.
I know, yeah. That's
so wrecked. Anyway, the weird thing is I'm playing The Witcher at the same time I'm playing God of War. At the same time, I'm watching Game of Thrones. I've started watching Game of Thrones.
Nice.
And
yeah, I love
so good. I've got this this genre of fantasy bollocks. I'm inundated with it. All right.
To be fair though, Game of Thrones is quite grounded, apart from the dragons.
Well,
kind of, and the whites. You've got to accept the whites, but it's pretty grounded in a way.
Yeah.
There's no elves.
It's called high fantasy. It's it is more grounded than a lot. I mean, there's not a lot of
wizards and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, so I've got this whole mad shit of just weird fantasy stuff, and out of all of them, God of War is the least sort of painful for me to sort of get into.
Who knew?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I'm gone from God of War to The Witcher 3, and I'm really comparing the combat system a lot to each other. They're very similar to each other. They both have a jump out the way, and they both have a dodge, and
they are, to be fair.
They both have a heavy, and they both have a light attack, and so when I start playing God of War, I'm hitting the square button on the PlayStation pad instead of the fucking shoulder buttons for the first minute because I'm playing bloody and and my little lad, he's just shooting loads of bow and arrows. He's like, Dad, what are you fucking doing? Yeah, so it's very confusing to play all together. So I'm just worried that I've got too much fantasy genre shit going on at the same time.
Fantasy overload.
A little bit. Okay, so I'm done talking about The Witcher 3. Somebody else talk for a while.
Okay, yeah. Well, I realized just now that we haven't been talking about the most important thing of all. Oh my God, it's a royal wedding!
Who gives a shit?
Well, I thought y'all would. Isn't this the biggest thing that ever happened?
They're a bunch of fucking sponges who just take money out of the fucking tax system.
Pretty much.
They don't.
What are you talking about?
They do. We pay for the royal family, Ginny.
Yeah, but our country's probably better off with the royal family.
Why is that?
Do you know what? I'm absolutely shocked you're a royalist.
I'm not a royalist. I don't care if
you sound like one.
Well,
Let them say what you mean. Why do you say that, Ginny?
I don't know the ins and outs.
What do you think the royal family brings to the country?
Tourism.
All right, yeah.
That's probably about it. But
that's it. Nothing.
But also, I don't know, Wills and Haribo, as I call him, we're mates. They do a lot of good and they do a lot of charity work and stuff. I feel like they're decent people.
Well, that's true, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they serve.
Yeah, what does that bring to the country? Let's put this into perspective, right? The taxpayer. the taxpayer is paying £369 million to renovate Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get invited to it all the time, so I don't know what the problem is.
And they charge people to go around Buckingham Palace, but we're still footing the bill to the tune of £369 million to sort that shit out.
All I know,
They're charging people to go around.
all I know, Stu, right, is that Meghan Markle, right, is living the American dream right now, and she is a Disney movie in reality. Okay.
She is. No, man. You're never
Anyway,
gonna.
sorry,
never gonna
I'm
turn
sorry
me.
I brought it up. Yeah, whatever. So I've been playing Rocket League, and there's new season rewards. Oh my god, the season rewards! Ah!
And what are they?
Come out.
Wheels.
So
Aerial.
there are goal explosions. They've done this weird thing. They've combined tiers for the goal explosions. So if you are bronze or silver, you'll get the first tier goal explosion. If you're gold or platinum, you'll get the second tier goal explosion. And if you're diamond or champion, you'll get the third tier goal explosion. And people are like, I busted my ass to get to champion and I get the same goal explosion I would have gotten otherwise. What the fuck, man?
What?
And all the goal explosions look exactly the same. It's just that they're different colors. So that is stupid. I agree with them on that. But the other thing they're doing is they're giving you different banners. They did this last season in terms. I guess last season might have been the wheels. But anyway, you get different banners, but they're not making the colors of the banners that you get contingent on which level you're at. So in other words, in the past, it was if you got bronze, you got a bronze banner. Silver, you got a silver banner. Gold, you got a gold banner. Instead, they've mixed them all up, and you get different color banners based on which tier you're at, but it's not one-to-one.
Is it bad, right, that when you start talking about all this stuff of diamond and bronze and gold and all that shit and banners and shit, I literally just stopped listening.
Well, that's how now you know how I feel when you say anything. Oh,
I know, I'm sure it's true. I'm sure it's true, but I just don't get it. I don't get all this stuff.
And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because I think it's ridiculous. But
I love that video. It was brilliant.
What are you talking about? This is the new update.
Awesome.
Nothing's updated. That's the thing. Yeah, so I'm happy because we're gonna get some interesting new banners. People are really mad because I guess the diamond one it's like a gold color, and they're like, so I got to diamond level and I'm getting a gold banner. Thanks a lot, Psyonix.
So what's on the banner? What does it say? Does it say anything? Is it a symbol?
No, it's just it'll say your name and your rank and whatever. But
Jesus.
the thing is that it's so weird because they're talking about hey, good save. What a save!
I love the fact that Crane is the goalie.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. I want to play this. Where is this?
I don't know.
For real.
For the people who are listening on the audio, I
exactly.
Googled Rocket League in real life, and it's just a load of real cars in a field.
Top Gear years ago did it with minis.
Yeah.
And I often wonder whether that's where Rocket League got the idea from.
You know what though? This is bullshit because these cars are not crashing into each other and exploding.
There's no double flips. Maybe they're you driving them because you didn't know you could double jump.
Exactly. So anyway, whatever. I'm looking forward to getting my new banners because there's a bunch of them, and that is the thing that is good about it. If you kind of like the one that the bronze award, you get all the ones beneath you as well. So you're getting all the, but and with the higher you go, the more kind of animated and flashy they are. So I think that's kind of cool. And I actually like this reward season. So I'm looking forward to getting them. I have no idea when the season ends, but when it does, I'll be getting some new goal explosions and new banners. Yay!
So let me ask you, what are you expecting as a goal explosion that would be satisfying for you?
I think it would be cool if coins for bronze, silver, and gold, if the coins came shooting out of the gold, that would be cool. Because then that would fit bronze, silver, and gold. As for platinum, those would look exactly like silver coins, so that would not make any sense. But, look, they have the double dragon-headed one. That's a cool goal explosion. They can make something much simpler, but along those lines, Like do it, I don't know, like a bunch of birds flying out of it or something. That would be cool.
Well, I'm excited to find out what you get.
Yeah, it's all good. Played a little more Skyrim, played a little more No Man's Sky. Apparently, in order to make a base, and I said last week I was going to try to get to No Man's Sky and make a base in it. You have to find an abandoned building and build on top of that for your base. So I found a planet that was perfect, and I was roaming all over it, and I'm like, yes, this planet's going to be perfect. It's beautiful. It looks like Earth, kind of, blue water, green grass. It's awesome. But then I couldn't find an abandoned building on it, and then I got stuck without any platinum, and you need platinum to take off. So apparently there's a lot of forum posts that I can't take off from this planet. I need to find platinum. And people are like, it's probably in a cave deep underground. You have to go exploring. And so I had to do that. It took me like 20 minutes. I'm like, this sucks. So I had to leave that.
Do you know what, though? 20 minutes in a game like No Man's Sky is no time at all, is it?
My time is valuable. If you want to spend 20 minutes...
How long do you spend doing menial things in Skyrim?
Not the point. That's fun. It makes no sense, but
Brilliant.
It's the same thing in Skyrim is fun, but it's boring.
Or Minecraft, for that matter.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's the first level. There's another thing I've been playing, but we'll come back to that.
God, I look at No Man's Sky and I just think, fuck that.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that game. Yes, I got a new game this week. I got a new game.
Well, you don't say.
Which is Forgotten Anne.
What?
Forgotten Anne. We played this at EGX this year, and it was both mine and Rob's, should I say, Rob's game of the show.
Yeah.
So that's Rob from the Boss Wave, not Rob from the Overseas Connection. So it's Rob from Boss Wave. And it is beautiful. It's such a beautiful game. The anime, it just looks lovely. The cutscenes are gorgeous. It literally goes from gameplay to cutscene. The gameplay itself just looks like anime. The animations aren't always smooth. Sometimes they do look a little bit sort of jerky. But other than that, it looks great. It's got like full-on voice acting. All the voice acting is really, really good. Each sort of forgotten item has its own little character going on. Like, for instance, in part of the game, I was on a train and I was looking for these rebel forgetlings or something. That's what, or forgotlings they're called. And I had to search a suitcase. So it was a suitcase that had been left at an airport, so it was forgotten at the airport. And he had stuff inside himself. So he had sort of these crystals that were forgetlings or forgotlings, I can't remember which way it is, that had been sort of like deceased, I guess, but they turn into crystals when they die. If nobody sort of claims them back, or they don't get back into the ether, which sends them back to where they came from, they sort of die and turn into these crystals. And he had a suitcase full of them.
That reminds me, Chinny, do you have any idea what the fuck he's talking about?
No.
So basically, the game premise is, Forgotten Anne goes to it's like a realm where everything that gets forgotten is there. Okay. So anything that gets forgotten about ends up here.
So dead people are forgotten about, but they're spirits, so they're the thing on the thing.
No, it tends to be items, sort of like clothing, like odd socks.
People as crystals.
Well, no, they're the forgotlings.
What about pogs?
Not people. Forgotlings are items that have been forgotten.
What about Sabutio? What about Sabutio figures?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, can I just say, by the way, on the suitcase, is it just me, or does it look like a bra and pants inside the suitcase?
It's you.
Is that just me?
You want to see?
Because every time I was watching this cutscene, I was like, it looks like a bra and pants.
It's you.
To you,
it's just me, I guess.
So just to clarify, this is a 2D sort of puzzle platformer, or is it more puzzle game?
It is very much a puzzle platformer. Yeah. So yeah,
and it's got an anime art style.
It's got a lovely anime art style.
Debatable.
No, it is nice.
No, it is very no. It's a very pretty game. I'm just being a twat. Okay.
It is a very pretty game. So yeah, you have like what looks like a bracelet or a watch on, and you fill that up with this sort of fluid or light, and then you can use that to power stuff. So a lot of the puzzles involve moving stuff around or turning valves to sort of redirect energy. So it's a lot like that, but some of them are really complex and really interesting. It's quite dark, way darker than I thought it would be. There's like I've just been to a scene where
Turn this brightness up.
not that kind of dark, but you can torture the Forgotlings by taking their essence, and if you take their essence, you basically kill them. There was like a police interrogation scene, and then your character Anne is called the Enforcer, which is quite a like, you know.
I lick your boom boom down.
Which is quite a strong word, you know, strong term in the Enforcer. And everybody's kind of scared of her. So all the Forgotlings that you sort of meet on your journey are kind of a bit scared when you sort of meet them, because you know that you're capable of killing them.
You're
know,
the
you can
enforcer.
kill.
You're the judge.
You're judge and juror and executioner.
Everything is permitted.
Yeah. And then what's interesting, right at the beginning of the game, I destroyed one of the Forgotlings in like just before a cutscene, and it did do a bit of a David Cage and came up and said this scene could have ended differently. You know, depending on how you played it out or the sort of dialogue choices that you chose. So there's a little bit of that as well. But overall, so far, I really, really love the game. You know, it's quite intriguing. The story's really interesting. Even though it's not a Japanese game, it is very Japanese. You know, just the storyline, how left field everything is. I really, really like it. It's really, really
Was that
great.
a bowling ball that was talking then? Was that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's forgotten. You see, the bowling ball got forgotten.
Oh.
But in this, just to sort of just give you some idea of what this section of the game is, the bowling ball, because they're like rebels, so they're sort of causing anarchy because they don't want to go back to the normal world because their consideration is that they're free when they haven't got owners anymore.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of deep. That's what I mean. The actual story itself is kind of deep and a little bit
Doesn't
dark.
sound that deep to me. I don't know.
So they're rebelling. So they're a faction of the Forgotlings that are rebelling because they don't want to reunited with their owners because they consider themselves to be free now. But those two characters...
Is it voice acted?
Oh, yeah, fully voice acted. There
okay.
are little bits of just typed narrative, but the vast majority, every character...
Well, you got me back there, Stu, with the voice acting.
Everything's fully voice acted.
Good.
It looks beautiful. The story's really, really clever, and I'm really intrigued as to what's going to carry on. And I just love the industrial look of everything. You know,
like a steampunkish kind of look.
Yeah, it looks great. Really, really good.
How much did you pay for this?
£15.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but in this day and age, that is not a lot of money, is it? When you think out like
not for money bags over here.
I know retail games like 45, 50. You know, for a AAA title, as we call them.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But this is easily as good. The production value is excellent. The voice acting overall is really, really well done. And every character I've met has this really cool, unique vibe to them. So everybody kind of feels like they have their own unique thing going on. So I'm totally smitten. I love it. I think it's really, really good. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. Definitely, you know, if you want something a little bit different, that's obviously more story focused. A lot of puzzly platformery stuff. Forgotten Anne, you can't go wrong, really.
Forgotten Anne. 2D anime, Beauty and the Beast things are talking at you for some reason, kind of vibe.
Yes, very easy. Yeah, a little bit Disney cross with anime, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the chair's talking at you now. And
everything talks.
It's like, what was that game? There was a PS2 game where you fought chairs and shit.
You're not talking about Alan Wake, are you?
No.
No. You just fought a tractor in that shit. That's not stupid.
Yeah, no, I'm tires, I'm boxes, I'm pretty much, I'm the crane at one point, or a digger. There's a digger attached to you as well.
Yeah. They've been, you know, Remedy, the people that...
Yeah.
They've been, like, tweeting out, they've, like, motion captured a little cute dog. This little cute little dog.
Right.
And they've been showing videos of this cute dog doing motion capture. So the next project is called Project 7. So, but it's not. I don't think that's the actual name. But yeah, they've been on the news recently.
Now, can you see the puzzle that's on? this is a good example on screen of one of the puzzles that you come across.
Good for our audio listeners then.
I know, yeah, not so good. But you can see how interesting what you have to do and in the order you have to do it to work out what you need to do.
So she's kind of like pumping levers and like it's like kind of like a plumbing pipe mania type thing.
Kind of, but you've got to do them in the right order to send the pipe through at the end.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for me, but I'm glad you're having fun with it.
I am. I like it a lot. Ginny, back to you. What else have you been playing?
The God of War.
Yeah. We'll talk about that together because I played a little bit more of that this week as well.
Yeah. I won't spoil anything, so if you don't want spoilers, don't worry. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Kudelka. It was called Kudelka. Sorry. PS1 role-playing game where you fought chairs and tables and shit.
Send me a link on YouTube of it, and I'll put it on the stream there, Duke. Yeah, I'm just trying to get some bit on the stream for God of War. So I've gotten to the point where things are starting to open up in God of War. It's throwing sort of side missions at me now, and yeah, it's like saying like, you know, here's a side mission, here's the main quest, and I didn't think I'd like it, but I do like the fact that the side quests, because the side quests are really well done.
They are.
They're not just like get a thing. There are a few of those, but look, they usually involve like a little bit of, you know, and there's always dialogue between Kratos and Atreus. There's always, you know, I was doing a side quest today, and you know, Kratos was like teaching him a few lessons and stuff. Whereas you wouldn't get that really if you carried on with the main quest. Obviously, you know, there's not probably any difference between the character interactions in the main quest, but you sort of get a little bit more like understanding of Kratos trying to learn him and how he learns and how he thinks, because Kratos he's not really a thinker, is he? You know, or he's not really like
he's a doer.
He's not really a person of words, is he? So you don't really know what's going on in his head. So he's sort of passing on his wisdom to Atreus, and yeah, really. I'm so happy with this game. Out of everything that I'm playing at the moment, this is the one that I want to play constantly. I just don't want to put the game down. I love it. Yeah, I just love God of War.
I just to interject there, I did recently one of the side missions where you go and investigate a mine.
Yes.
And there's something that's been turned into something else. I don't want to obviously give spoilers or anything.
Yeah.
But that was really interesting, and it's quite complex. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I wouldn't think they're complex. I've done that. I did that side mission this morning. Yeah. So I wouldn't call it complex.
But it's not short. You know, there's quite a few bits to do before you finish it.
The side quest feels
substantial.
It feels exactly like the main game. It doesn't feel like a cheaper experience. It feels like
it's not like a fetch quest or
no.
Do you know what I mean? Or just a little bit of something on the side. It feels almost not that it is part of the story, but almost links in with the story.
And if you think, why is Kratos going around like doing side quests? Like he addresses that quite a lot. Where it's usually the kids like roping him in, but Kratos is basically he's after the resources. It's like more resources for our quest and all that sort of stuff. So he doesn't really get involved with the drama of things. But it's great, you know, because the kid is so useful in so many ways. He not only does he sort of like give you the reason to do the side quests, and he's more the heart of the duo, but he's also, you know, great for you see something and he's like, you can't do anything with that yet. I don't think we've got the right tools yet, and or he'll just run in the general direction that you've got to go. So he's just the perfect little sidekick to keep the game going and not get frustrated. I have to say, some of the side quests that I've been doing are a lot more difficult than I thought they would be, because
and some of them are quite a long way away from where you are, aren't they? Because you have to travel a bit to get to them.
Yeah, you have to travel a bit. But one of them, there's like, you know, look, one of the enemies was like purple and like a purple energy bar sort of thing, which meant like it's going to be a pretty difficult fight. So I died a few times doing it, but No, I don't. I don't. When I die, like when I die in The Witcher, I'm like, for fuck's sake, like how far is it gonna take me back? But when I die in God of War, I'm just like, I can do this. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of Super Meat Boy mentality of like, I can do it. And I've definitely had fights where I ran in, and I'm like, fucking hell, I got slaughtered there. And then the next time I do it, I do a lot better. So I really enjoy the combat. I really enjoy the story. I really enjoy the environment. I'm just loving the game. There's not much I can fault with it, really.
No. Do you know what I keep doing? I keep forgetting the special runic attacks and stuff. You know, when you're doing a big boss battle or whatever.
No,
I keep forgetting about them. I'm like, oh crap! I can't do that.
I've started doing them a lot more now. And they do get you out of a jam. The one that I like. I mean, you've got one that you can heal up with. Because now and again you just need a heal boost, so you can do a heal one. But yeah, I've started to do them. Yeah, it's really good. God of War is just a fantastic game.
Do you know what I think? And I don't want to sound like a Sony fanboy, but fuck me, Sony get it right, don't they? When they get it right, they really get it right.
Well, I think what you're getting at there is, you know, God of War was a top tier PlayStation franchise, and then 3 came out and it did really well. And then it wasn't a top tier PlayStation franchise.
No, they did the filler. What was it? The change of.
No, as Ascension was, you know, and they.
Oh yeah, God of War Ascension, terrible.
You know, I think 3 of any game gets a little bit boring, and whereas I think where Microsoft would have shot it in the back of the head, like Fable, for example.
Yeah. And Fable 2 was good.
Fable 2 was arguably okay.
Well, it was fun. It was
all
fun
right.
to play.
3 wasn't, but the thing is, like where Microsoft will just kill a franchise and be like, no, Sony will. I feel this is my sort of instinct. I feel like Sony will. Okay, they will say make it right then, you know. Or with Guerrilla Games, the people that made Killzone, they made a Killzone for the PlayStation. And, you know, it did okay and all this sort of stuff. But then I feel like they say, well, all right, well, what do you want to do? You know, and then they make Horizon. So it's like they give it. It's not. I suppose for me, it feels like the games that the choices they make are not all down to let's look at how much money we're going to spend making the game and how much money it's going to. It's not. They don't look at the graph of profit. Obviously they do, and they need to make money. It's a business, I understand that. But their decisions are more driven by let's get the fans excited. Let's make these games great, rather than let's make as much money as we can. Let's buy Minecraft. Let's, you know what I mean?
I think also I feel like Sony give a lot of freedom to the developers rather than them saying, right, this is what we want you to do. This is how we want you to do it. This is how much money we want to make. I think they sort of go to the developers, look, you know, let's give you some freedom to create stuff and just make something good. Yeah.
Yeah. And whatever they do, it works because God of War is a fantastic game.
You know, Uncharted, The Last of Us, you know, there's so many great franchises that have come out of Sony Studios. I guess The Last of Us third party, but even so, they've made more or less exclusively Sony games.
And Microsoft, a Naughty Dog third party?
Yeah, they're not owned by Sony. Okay. I think they.
Well, look, the thing is with Microsoft, like with this year's E3, I mean, what they're gonna have, you know, like Halo 6, Gears of War 5, Forza, and it's just like, you know, and they'll sell really well, and they'll probably be decent games. You know, I doubt they're going to be terrible. They'll probably be really good games, but they're not. They're not fresh. They're not new. They're not. You know.
Well, what's weird? This isn't a new franchise or a new genre, but it feels like a totally new game, even though it's familiar at the same time.
I know, but it was given the Tomb Raider lick of paint, wasn't it? You know, when Tomb Raider came back out, where it just felt fresh again, and I felt like that's what they did. That's what they're great at. And I don't know. I love God of War. I think it's a fantastic game. And I paid full price for it, and I have no regrets.
No, none at all. And I pre-ordered it, and I have no regrets at all because it's such a great game.
Tara enjoys watching it as well. She likes it.
It's good, but it's well written, isn't it? Good dialogue, good sort of script writing, amazing graphics. I don't know what else you could ask for, really. Great combat, good animation. you know, the more or less, it is almost a perfect game so far.
Not much wrong with it. Not much.
No,
wrong
there
with it.
isn't. That's a good way to put it. There is not much wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
All right, done with God of War.
Yeah, back to you, Duke.
Yeah. So the Steam had a free weekend for Shadow of War. It's Blank of War weekend on the Veteran Gamers, and this game is goddamn huge. It's 100 gigabytes.
Oh God.
And I was just like,
Jesus.
clean everything off my hard drive if I want to install this. But I want to give it a try.
I
So,
loved Shadow of Mordor. I thought it was great.
I love Shadow of Mordor too, but for some reason I was not ready to go diving into Shadow of War until they gave us a free weekend, and I'm like, all right, well, it's free. Can't argue with that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this because it's free.
Free, free, no charge.
And I cleaned a bunch of stuff off my hard drive, and I uninstalled Inquigigwig because I'm like, I'm more into this right now than Inquigigwig. Sorry, Inquigigwig. I'll come back to you, probably. And yeah, I installed it, and I started playing it, and I enjoyed it. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy it because it's also on sale.
Nice.
So I got it for half off, and it's great. It's more Shadow of Mordor. Like it's, exactly what you had before. The cutscenes go on quite a bit at the start. So, you're seeing one of them now.
You want to talk about cutscenes, Duke? Hey.
Yeah, Witcher 3.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Witcher 3, but it's, it is that same kind of thing of like, I don't really care about all this. And, it's Middle Earth. So they're, my father was in the Battle of Klongchilium. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's just going on and on about that. And then you have a flashback to that battle. And, I don't care. Show me who to kill. I'm going to kill a bunch of orcs. But they did introduce some interesting new elements in this game. So, I mean, basically it's the same. If you played Shadow of Mordor, you'll get right into this. And it's very intuitive, and I'm loving it because it's great. It gives me more of what I want, which is same thing, different, map.
But they have, since you're playing this now, when it initially released, it had all these loot boxes. Have they now, as far as I'm aware, they've been removed? Have they been removed?
I haven't seen a loot box, I don't think. But
yeah, I think they got rid of them.
That you're adding onto swords and stuff. Like, it's that needless complexity because every game has to have something new. And in that sense, the new stuff with the gems on the swords and stuff, I'm like, who cares? The runes were fine on the first one, but whatever. Anyway, there is a mini game when you climb a tower. When you get up to the top, there's this kind of mini game where you identify different targets in the area by basically you look around the area and then a circle will appear when you're near one, and it'll get smaller and smaller when you're looking at the thing you need to identify. And then you hit X and you identify it.
So what you're saying is kind of a more complex version of Eagle Vision in Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, kind of. Except it doesn't look very fancy. It's just literally looking around from on top of the tower and then a circle appears. But it is what it is. I mean, it's fine. And it does have it has the shadow vision that it had in the first one. You don't need it a lot, but occasionally you do use that in order to find things. And you locate the captain that you have to go after and whatever.
I must admit, I'm watching the combat here, and it does look very sort of Assassin's Creed type combat.
The combat is so beautiful in this game.
It does look nice. I love the sliding action. When he slides from character to character.
The animation and the combat was so good in the first one as well.
This looks good.
It's so fluid, and it feels even better than Assassin's Creed. I feel like so much more of a badass in this game.
Is it more like Batman? Like Batman combat?
Kind of, but it's just, you're fighting and it's a lot of sword play, and then, people are attacking you, so you have to parry it. But the animations don't get repetitive. After a certain number of kills, your sword starts glowing, which means you can do an execution. People will be
always satisfying.
Yeah, people will be dazed, and you can pull them up and kill them when they're down. But usually when you're going to do that, someone comes up behind you and you have to block that. So there's all.
I like this little slowdown thing, when you pull your bow.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You have the bow, and
nice.
you can axe, and you can brutalize people so that the orcs run away. The combat is so magnificent in this game. That's why I did 100% of the first one, and I'll probably do 100% of this one.
So have you bought this on the results of playing it?
Yeah, Because the thing I thought about was, I was like, I don't know if I really want to buy this. I've been buying a lot of stuff lately. But then I thought, I already cleared the room. I already downloaded it. It just makes sense to go ahead and
That's how they get you. They're like, this is a massive
Push the
download.
button.
But that's the thing, yeah. But it's also like, it's weird because that was a bigger challenge to me than the money.
Yeah, it's freeing up the space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, whatever, go figure. And then the other thing they did, so they realized that running around these maps and climbing all these towers can be kind of a chore. So in the last game, when you vaulted over something, you could hit spacebar once you land and you'd sprint a little faster. In this game, they've added something so when you're sprinting, you can push up on your mouse button, and there's probably something like this on the PS4 or the Xbox One, where when you push up on the mouse button, it'll, the scroll wheel, it'll make you sprint faster, and it'll consume your like ghost energy or whatever it is.
Right.
And that's pretty cool because that adds, again, a nice little tiny little touch to the sprinting stuff, and it helps you get through the boring part about having to run around better. And
I must admit, I've just seen the female character just kill someone by shoving a sword through his face guard or whatever, or his visor.
Oh yeah.
And that did look pretty cool.
You
know what I mean?
Executions in this are magnificent because
it did look good.
When you get these executions, you'll sometimes cut their head off. You'll sometimes drag them onto your sword. It's gruesome. It's brutal. It's horrific, but it's also beautifully done. So
I just feel like it's a little bit sad that games like this and Battlefront 2, put these loot boxes and try and nickel and dime.
They took them all out of this.
I know they did, but they were in to begin with, and it put people off, and it just they probably lost quite a lot of sales as a result. And
well, they learned. They're moving on.
Yeah, I wonder if they regret doing it. Whether they think, "Fuck me, we should not have done that."
Anyway, the other thing they put into the game, because they realized that climbing towers can be tedious. When you're climbing, if you've landed a few successful sort of hops up the tower, you'll get a spacebar option, a prompt to hit spacebar, and it'll sort of launch you up the tower faster.
Nice.
So again, it's this kind of magical. They've used the magic pretty well in terms of like, climbing towers can be dull. Here, you'll just vault up a third of the tower.
Well, they use the magic for the you have a glaive instead of a sword.
That too. Cool. And I don't actually use that a whole lot because you kind of have to hold the attack button for a while in order to make that glaive thing happen. But it does swipe like 4 people off its feet, off their feet. You do it. So there have been a couple of times when I've been surrounded and I needed to get people to leave me alone for a second. And then the other one is there's a they've added, and they've probably added other things that I haven't found yet, but there's this Elven Rage thing that they added where after a certain number of kills, you can set off the Elven Rage, and then your little ghost companion goes into an Elven Rage, and he starts, you can basically kill a lot of people faster. And I haven't really done it much, but it's an interesting new twist to the game. So
yeah, I must admit, I'm glad you're liking it because I almost feel like this game got overlooked. Like people were like, the loot box thing took over what the actual game was or how great it was. And I think it was just ended up with less focus on the actual game and more focus on all the other microtransaction and all the sort of loot box stuff around these games rather than how good the actual core game was.
Well, I'm all about the game, so that's why I was talking about
it. Yeah. That affects you, Stu, but I wonder how many people really pay attention to the news like we do and really give a shit.
You may be right, but I don't feel this sold as well as they would have anticipated.
No, maybe not, but I don't know. Is there a lot of Lord of the Rings shit in it, Duke?
Of course.
A lot of what?
Lord of the Rings shit.
Yeah, in terms of the story, yes, but in terms of the gameplay, it's just run around, kill orcs. That's pretty much it so far.
Do they still go smooth skin?
Oh yeah. And that's kind of annoying because it's funny. I'll find a captain that I wasn't going after. He's just out and about, and I'll start fighting him. And after like 7 or 8, hits, they'll suddenly stop everything, and he'll go, "Oh, you think go bad? I'm gonna rip your face off." And then this one guy goes, "I'm gonna eat your brains and then put your skull on my mantle." I'm like, mantle? Y'all have fireplaces? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, it's lovely. You should come round sometime.
My arse at the end of the day.
The fourth wall in a striate finish with some lovely taupe wallpaper.
I'm gonna put your skull in my study.
Can I just ask? I was going to say, does the Nemesis system work in the same way, or has that been changed?
It has. It does. But it's also the thing of you need to die before you get the Nemesis thing going on, and I haven't died yet. So, in your face, Nemesis.
No Nemesis system. Fantastic.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Are you done?
Yeah, that's it. It's great. I'm loving it. More power.
The only other game I played, now I didn't play it this week, I just haven't talked about it, which is Pixel Junk Monsters 2.
Pixel Junk Monster.
Pixel Junk Monsters 2. I remember playing have you guys played the original Pixel Junk Monsters?
No.
Never.
Because it is a fantastic tower defense game.
I do love tower defense games.
If you've never played the original Pixel Junk Monsters,
I remember downloading it, and I was like, oh, I'll play that one day. I've never played it.
Yeah, it's such a great game. What they've done, they've upgraded so much to Pixel Junk Monsters 2. You now can have like a first-person view, so you can be in the track, where the monsters are coming, etc.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of cool.
They did that in Defense Grid. Move on.
Yeah, I know. It feels really fluid. The animations are really great. The speed in which you can upgrade towers is really fast. So obviously, as enemies get killed, they drop loads of coins. As you know, in these sorts of games, you can then use coins to upgrade. It's really quick to upgrade towers, upgrade obviously your bows, your cannons, all that kind of stuff. But I definitely recommend Pixel Junk Monsters 2 if you want to try a decent tower defense game. It's very cutesy, great graphics. It also almost looks a little bit like Pikmin. Graphically.
Yeah.
It's very cartoony looking.
There's a tilt shift effect which makes everything look small.
Yeah. And it's just cute. It looks lovely. The enemies are really interesting the way that they're designed. Other than that, it's a very traditional tower defense game. Sweet. Wherever there's a tree, you can build a tower, pretty much.
Well, that's good.
You know what I mean? So
are you just controlling? What are these little things that you're controlling?
Pixel Junk Monsters? I don't know. Some weird.
So you're not like you're not like a god view then. You're a little character on the game.
Yeah. You're the little character running around upgrading stuff, but you're trying to keep your children safe. So there's like the children of the village. The monsters are trying to come and take them away, and you've got to keep them safe. So that's kind of the premise.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the Steam page for this. It doesn't come out on Steam until May 25th, so you can't get it yet on Steam, people.
No, but you can get the demo. There's a demo on Steam.
Oh, is there a demo on Steam? Oh, okay, I should play
There is.
Colm is in the chat. Say hello to Colm.
Hello, Colm.
Hello, Colm.
It's a demo.
At the bottom of every Steam page, it says more like this, and it lists Wizard of Legend, whatever the hell that is, Dota 2, which whatever.
But, no, that's not a tower defense game.
But Rainbow Six Siege.
What?
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah, there's a secret mini game at the back of one of the maps. Play tower defense.
And that is funny. But yeah, give the demo a go because it's on Steam. It's
on
free.
the PlayStation.
That I couldn't tell you. But you've got a PC that
I think it is on the PlayStation because this stream is.
Is that a PS4 stream?
It's a PS4 stream, yeah.
Yeah. But Pixel Junk, they make great games. And
they haven't made a game for ages.
No, and this is coming out. But this.
Remember Pixel Junk Shooters? That was a great game.
I did. I love that game. But it feels like the original Pixel Junk Monsters was kind of a desktop thing. You could even just run it in a window on, from the internet. You didn't even have to download it.
Hey, dude, can you play like some sort of racist Irish thing for Colm because he's Irish?
Yeah.
I'll see about doing that. Maybe I can.
Fantastic.
There you go. Brilliant.
Yeah. I live to give.
You live to give. I reckon both of you should give this a go because I think you'll like it.
Will do.
I think I would like it. I'll make a fake note about it on my fake notepad.
Make a fake note on your fake notepad.
To do that.
See if you can get it on there. Have you played anything else, Chinny? Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I haven't played as much Golf Story as I'd like. The game turned into a murder mystery thing. I think I talked about that.
You did?
Yeah, I haven't played a ton of Golf Story this week, so no, nothing else really.
Right, that's it then. I guess it's time for some news.
Yeah, except I played a game called Winning Putt. There's not much to say about it. It's a free-to-play golf game because Chinny was talking about Golf Story, and I was like,
You haven't got it in the show notes. I was looking.
I don't want to talk about it very much. I just wanted to say that I played it, and it's good, but it's a free-to-play game, which means that there's like stuff popping up everywhere, and you got 7 kinds of currency, and they want you to buy new shirts for your character and all this shit. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And then when I needed to delete something to make room for Shadow of War, that was the first thing to go. All right, time for the news.
Putting news first.
I put that cool. What's that PlayStation 2 game that you maybe linked to? Duke.
PlayStation. Oh, Kudelka.
Oh yeah, he's literally fighting chairs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a turn-based RPG, but you're fighting furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a turn-based RPG, but the enemy is IKEA.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's pretty good. All right, I'll leave that on the screen. Oh no, I can't. Sorry, I'm gonna take that off. News.
I haven't highlighted anything, so take your pick.
Okay, NES Mini returns to shops this June. That is what it is. We're gonna.
It's what it is.
All right. Metro Exodus will no longer be released this year.
I'm not shocked. I don't know about you, but
I don't care.
no, I do care because I like the Metro.
I don't care about delay news. Do you know what I mean?
No, I just feel like they said they was going to be released this year, but I think they were being a bit ambitious.
Okay, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 has a battle royale mode, but no campaign. I don't think anybody's surprised about that.
It was always headed that way, wasn't it?
I think so. Senate votes to save net neutrality.
Yeah, Duke, any comments on this? What this means?
I like net neutrality. I'm glad that they're saving it.
Okay, good.
Not much to say.
Cliffy B's dev company shuts down. Boss Key Productions.
Again, I'm not shocked because I feel
Didn't they have that battle royale game out though?
Yeah, they did, but I think that was kind of almost like a last gasp effort to stay open.
Didn't work.
And it didn't work. No, they didn't make enough money off it.
Rough.
They were too late to the party. I think people saw it as a bit of a cynical move, to try and just weigh in on the battle royale stuff and make it slightly different, and just try almost go on the sort of coattails of PUBG and just make some cash off it.
Yeah. Didn't they say there's new in the new Call of Duty they're talking about battle royale mode in there?
We literally just read that out.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
I'm paying attention though.
Right. You are paying attention.
There's a new Xbox adaptive controller announced. I saw a video of this. It's basically for people with people that have difficulties holding a controller. They might have one arm. They might not be able to move at all. They can move buttons to people's shoulders, and they can, work with people who've got cerebral palsy and stuff. So the idea of the controller, it kind of looks like a DJ deck. But I think the sort of understanding is that you can put buttons on anywhere on these pads, and you can move these pads, and you can plug them out and attach different pads to it. But it basically means people that have trouble playing with a normal controller can now play video games, which is
it is brilliant. I mean, we when we've been to Eurogamer in the past, we've seen Special Effect have been there, haven't they, with some of these controllers that they've developed.
It's really good.
Yeah, and I think it's so cool. I have a lot of criticism for Microsoft and Xbox sometimes in some of the decisions they make and some of the stuff they do. But when they do something like this, I think, Sony, Valve, all these other companies that make controllers and stuff should be sitting up and going, we need to make our stuff accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
Not just to able-bodied people. Let's open this up and make people who have got issues or might have a sort of amputation or whatever it may be, or some condition that makes it difficult to be able to access games just like everybody else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So massive props to Microsoft for doing this.
Yeah. I watched a video, and it's quite old, this video, but it's a blind guy playing Ocarina of Time. And he it's like an emulation, so he's playing it on a 360 controller. And he's got so he can do save state. So he literally presses F5, and it saves the game, and he can just load there really quickly. and he's played it through. He can play it through memory, so and the thing with Ocarina of Time is Navi, who's this little ferret that follows you around the game, is a really good indicator for people that are blind because Navi locks onto enemies when there's an enemy near. So he kind of knows that, like, he can hear things with Navi, and he has like a surround sound system, so he knows when things are left of him and right of him. But yeah, I was watching him play this section of Ocarina of Time, and he walked so close to this edge, and obviously he doesn't know he's so close to the edge. I'm like, fucking hell, like, and he has no idea, but he's done it hundreds of times, and he's fine. But it was really interesting to watch him do it.
Yeah, I mean, we went to, again, like I said, when we went to EGX or Eurogamer one year, there was a guy in a bed playing Portal. Do you remember this, or Portal 2?
Yeah, I remember.
And it was amazing. If I can remember, he just used his mouth or one hand or something. Didn't he?
I remember him. He didn't quite. It's hard to explain sort of what was wrong with him, but basically he didn't seem to have like an arm or legs, but he still had like hands and feet. All right, and that's kind of like a weird image, but it was kind of like that. And he was playing from memory. He was playing with one of his hands and one of his feet.
Yeah, it was a really weird how.
Yeah,
he was
and he
playing.
was lying on his side on this
Yeah,
little sort of bed thing, and his dad was next to him, and he was just watching him play. I can't remember what he was
And
playing.
it was awesome. He was playing really well.
He's playing fine.
It didn't look like he was struggling at all to play Portal 2.
No.
So and that was special effect, wasn't it? And they do such great work, and yeah, really commendable.
Very good. Okay. Next up, I don't want to touch that. Can't be bothered. Right, the Xbox has quietly gotten some cool new features. Let's have a look at what these features are.
What are they? Do you know about these? That's the question.
This week, Xbox revealed the Xbox Adaptive Controller, a new peripheral.
Blah blah. We've already
blah,
heard
blah,
about
blah, blah. Take Mixer, for instance, the streaming video service. It's called Beam before. Oh my god, it takes forever just to say something.
Take Mixer. Mixer.
It's too long.
Who cares? Let's just forget
this is boring.
You've got some cool features. Just look it up.
Who was it? Kotaku. You take two. It's bullet points. That's all you need. It's bullet points. I understand you've got SEO.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be some sort of list.
I understand it's like they do it for SEO reasons, really. That's to keep you on the page longer, so the bounce rate is lower and all that bollocks. But fucking hell.
Bollocks.
Okay, State of Decay 2 is coming out, so this is a big Microsoft exclusive push.
Yeah, I saw an ad on TV for this.
Yeah, they're really, really pushing State of Decay. It was a kind of like a janky mess, the first one. But from what I remember, from what I remember though, the thing is, it's a janky mess, but people did like it. That there was potential there with the first one.
Yeah, they're counting on the potential coming through this time.
However, for State of Decay 2, what I've heard is the jank is still there, but it's slightly better. But GameSpot gave it a 5 out of 10. Kotaku don't give scores because they're pretentious. IGN gave it a 7.5. Daily Dot, we're all reading the Daily Dot, gave it a 3 out of 5. Destructoid gave it an 8 out of 10. So it's kind of... Eurogamer gave it an avoid, which sounds a bit harsh. But it's not lighting the world on fire. And again, it's another miss for Microsoft.
No, I think on Metacritic it's at about 50 or 60 at the moment, which isn't great.
It's gonna be another miss, isn't it? It's not gonna.
Yeah, sadly.
It's just Microsoft.
Which is a shame, because when I saw this at E3, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. That looks really good. Apparently, the redeeming feature is the multiplayer. Once you obviously get into an online game with other people, apparently it does make it a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But apparently there's sort of game breaking bugs and stuff, like you sort of walk into a car and it just flies up in the air, because there's some weird collision thing going on.
Well, that's good. That's cool. I like that stuff.
It does look cool, but it's not meant to happen.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the game now, and it looks pretty decent, But look, I think people writ off Wildlands very quickly when that came out. That was getting average reviews, and I feel like over time Wildlands did really well. I don't know. I'm looking at this game and I feel like I would want to play it. I would want to judge this for myself. This game, it looks decent.
I agree. I agree. I think it's another game that's become a victim of publishers, i.e. Microsoft in this case, making a developer stick to a release date. You know, saying, look, it needs to be out by this date. That's what we want. And if it's a bit broken, then you'll just have to patch it.
Yeah, probably.
Which is a shame. If that's the case. I mean, I'm only surmising here and sort of.
Yeah, we don't know. But the cool thing about State of Decay was that like your characters could die, and it was kind of like a roguelike in that sense. Like you could have like characters that die and all sorts of stuff. But I don't know. I feel like maybe co-op this would be a fucking good laugh.
But apparently it's not very well optimized either. It doesn't run very well even on the Xbox One X. It struggles.
I don't know, but maybe it'll get better. I have no idea.
We'll see.
Yeah, they'll just have to patch the shit out of it.
Right, that's State of Decay 2. Let's have a look at the news again. Division 2 will launch this year. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or within a year, so that could be any time.
Oh, within a year. Sorry.
Next
That'll be
June.
spring. To the Moon is becoming an animated movie.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'd like to watch that. I think, I love the game.
Do you mean read that? Do you think you'd like to read that?
What, an animated movie?
Because that's all it was, wasn't it? It was just text on a screen.
I'm guessing an animated movie won't be.
Yeah, probably not.
Although it will be, won't it? If it's Japanese with subtitles, I guess
Yeah.
it could be.
Could be the dubbed version.
What the fuck? We're watching anime in English. What the fuck is wrong?
Yeah,
with you?
what is that all about?
Shit. You're welcome, Antonia.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done with the news.
Yeah, let's just leave it there.
Yep.
We have got one email this week. That's it though. So
Whoa, that ruled.
yeah, we only got the one, but that's okay. And it's from Lewis, our regular emailer this week. Regular emailer.
Nice.
Because Derek's hands has sent a speak pipe. It's speak pipe week for Derek, so he's not sent an email. So here is the email from Lewis. He says this. Hello, veterans.
Hello.
Quick email this week. Hope you are all well. Yes, we are. I'm well. Are you well?
Yeah, why not?
I'm better than I was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's the hay fever? Because it's
yeah.
been hot this weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't the heat that got me. It was the gardening that got me. I've been all right with hay fever this year. I've actually done really well. I haven't suffered that much, surprisingly.
Right.
I'm still gonna have the injection before the wedding, but I've been all right. But yeah, it only lasted a day, and then I was fine. I went to work and I was fine. So.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, he says this. Last week in my email, I mistyped and said, even Chinny's brother was fun to talk to, but actually meant I got to talk to everyone, even Chinny's brother, which was fun.
Yeah.
So totally different color. Look, don't apologize. It's all good. We don't care. And I'm sure Chinny's brother does not care.
No.
Sorry for the mistake. I recently bought Kerbal Space Program. So far, I still haven't managed to get anything into space properly, and there's been a lot of Kerbal deaths. Oh yeah, this is a common story.
I've been scared. I've been scared to play that game.
You played this, haven't you?
I played it for like a half an hour, and I saw the appeal. It's not quite for me, but maybe someday I'll go back to it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd be sat by now in real life. Do you know what? I reckon 80% of Kerbal Space Program players in the first month would probably be sacked if it was.
Yeah, but
real.
that's what being an engineer is, though. It's
Well, that's
trial
the
and
fun.
error. That's what
It's
it
the
is.
fun of the game.
Any engineer will tell you that, like, yeah, it's all about trial and error.
You learn from your mistakes,
Oh, yeah.
as they say. I'd recommend it if you like spaceships and stuff. It's actually really good, and I'm very much enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah,
See,
big question.
That's the sign of a really good game is if you fail a lot, but it's still fun. Yes, you got to.
Yeah, but what's great?
Like
it's
life.
It's like Prison Architect, isn't it? You make your first prison and it fails because prisoners stab each other or stab
Yeah.
the nurses or stab the guards or whatever, and then you learn.
Sometimes
from
I
that
just
and the
let it
next
all happen. So I like to watch the world burn.
And then the next prison you build it that bit better, you know, and you go, oh yeah, I know what I need to put these metal detectors in the canteen and stuff so they can't smuggle out cutlery to stab people with.
Yeah. I might build a massive pipe underneath all the jail cells.
Yeah, there's stuff you need to do, but yeah, that's what you do. You learn from it. Big question time, and I still haven't thought up an entirely new question because I've got no ideas. So I'll just alter the questions I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So here goes. What was your least favorite console ever? Home consoles only. Anyway, that's all from me for now. So bye-bye.
Least favorite console.
Least favorite console.
I own an Xbox, the original Xbox at one point. I never really played it. I got it like after. I don't remember why I got it. Like I had a PS3 at that point, so I bought the original Xbox, because I think I wanted to play some of the games that were only available for it. But I played like I don't know. I played something, and then I was like, why am I doing this? Never mind. I changed my mind. So it doesn't make the console bad. It's just that I didn't have a lot of fun playing on it.
There you go. Chinny, what's your least favorite console?
It's probably a swap up between I owned a Game Boy Advance. I didn't really like it that much. But I know a lot of people do like the Game Boy Advance. And I never really liked the PS3. Like,
why?
I don't know. There's some decent games for it. I won't argue about that. But the console itself, I thought it was. I had the big fat fucker one, right?
Well, the one that was like a George Foreman grill.
It was a George Foreman grill. It didn't look like one.
It got us hot as a George Foreman grill.
I ate a lot of dinners off that thing.
Oh yeah, they got so hot. They look great with that mirror finish on top, but frig me, it was a big solid thing.
Yeah, it was really big console. It was really heavy, and it was quite loud. And I didn't play it that much, and I didn't like the controller. Which is funny because I love my PlayStation 4. I'm absolutely loving it. I think God of War has a lot to do with that though.
But I had a fat one, and I had the yellow light of doom.
I remember we made a song about it.
Remember that? Yes, we did write a song about it. And I had to send it. I sent it off this company to be fixed, and then they didn't fix it. And it, like, within sort of a month of sending it back, it broke again, and I sent it back again. Exactly. And they did me a deal and sort of did me a slim one for, I think it was £100 or something. So I just had a slim console off them.
Yeah, as I say,
fat one with them.
I had some good games on the PS3, the Uncharted games and The Last of Us and stuff like that. I just didn't like the controller. I didn't like the size of it. I didn't like the I don't know. It got hacked a lot, didn't it? And I didn't really after it got hacked. I didn't really feel like it was a great service. But I think PlayStation have come on leaps and bounds since then, and the PlayStation.
It's funny because actually the PS3 is a console that we use every day because we watch like Netflix and stuff on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
That is funny.
I'm sure it's a decent Netflix player.
Yeah, but it's great for something like that, isn't it? You have it in another room, just rig it up to a telly, and off you go, and it's almost like a media center.
Dude, just get a Chromecast for Christ's sake.
Yes, get a Chromecast, smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, my least favorite console is, for one game, my most favorite console as well, which is a bit of a weird juxtaposition, shall we say? Which is the Wii U.
Oh, the Wii U.
Because I loved it. I absolutely loved it, obviously, for Bayonetta 2.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I played very few games on it.
Yeah. There's good games for the Wii U as well.
There were, but I just... Bayonetta 2, and then it was like... I very rarely... I mean, I very rarely turned it on.
Yeah.
I played Bayonetta 2 solid when it was released and obviously finished the game and loved every minute of it. And then it really was just a Bayonetta 2 player.
Yeah.
That was it.
Like your Switch is going to be a Bayonetta 3 player.
No, I think
no,
there's
it's
more
not.
appealing stuff on there for me.
The thing is, with the Wii U, if I had a Wii U, I'd have loads of games to play. I'd have the Pikmin games 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
they're all on
Pikmin.
there. I'd have the Mario 3D World that I want to play. The what do you call it? I forgot the name. Toad Treasure Tracker, which I think is coming to the Switch anyway now. I don't know. There's Mario Maker. I'd love to. There's loads of fucking games I'd love to play on the
And
Wii
of
U.
course, the best
Yeah,
game.
loads.
You.
Yeah.
Take this. Oh no. Take this. Oh no.
Well, I've got that game, but for the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Wind
So that
Waker
would be
HD
mine.
as well. Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD. Yeah.
There is a lot of great games, but nothing I'm particularly that much interested in.
No.
And that's the trouble. That's the trouble. I do think the Switch will have more things that'll.
Honestly, if they just made games that were available on the Wii U work on the Switch, like if they just ported over all the Zelda HD ones, if they did the Pikmin 3, if they just made them available to download on the store, I would buy them instantly.
Yeah. And let's be honest, Bayonetta 3 is going to be on the Switch.
Yeah.
So there you go. Damn bastards. Yeah, so I think that's it. Just let me just finish. I think there is a little byline at the end. Let me read that. Oh no, that's it. That's all he had to say. So thank you very much, Lewis, for that.
Thanks, Lewis.
Lewis, we love you.
We love you, Lewis. Right, we have got a speak pipe quiz from Derek this week. Speak pipe! It's the way to leave an
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
All right. So the first one is all the questions. So let's listen.
Hey, veteran gamers, it's Derek Sains again, and I was going to send you an email this week, but since there's so much royal wedding fever in the air here in the UK the night before the marriage, I thought I'd do a royal video game quiz. And simply, I'm going to read you 5 character names, or royal-sounding character names from video games. All you have to do is guess which game or game franchise they're from. 1 point for each, so a maximum of 5 points. So here we go. An easy one to start, I think. Number 1 is the King of all the Cosmos.
The King of all the Cosmos. I think that's Katamari Damacy.
I have no idea. And Stu's dead.
Stu, Stu's passed out drunk. He's.
Oh my
drunk.
God! I've managed to click mute without realizing.
Hey, you muted, dude.
I'd muted without knowing I'd muted. I must have just clicked on it when I was clicking around. I said, shall we just write down the answers and then see who gets the most at the end?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Okay. Well, I said Katamari Damacy.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with that.
I want to hear that.
You
That's
can't
my
do
answer.
that.
Each off.
I'm just going with that one.
Okay, number 2.
Right, here we go. Write them down.
2, Princess Elena, or Elena.
Princess Elena. I have no idea.
I'm not going to be good at this quiz.
Nope. Stu, guess.
No, we're meant to be writing them down, and when we'll go through the answers at the end.
What?
Are we not
Yeah,
doing
what,
that?
no, what he's saying is write them down.
All right, Prince
I
Persia, I'm going with.
don't know. I don't write nothing down.
Prince of Persia.
Okay.
It's not that, but I'm going.
I'm going to say Super Mario.
Number 3 is King Hippo.
I know. Y'all know?
I do. I think I do. Is it not the Parappa the Rapper?
Nope, it is not.
Damn it.
Jenny?
I'm going to say Super Mario.
Nope. Mike. It's close. Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Look
it
at
is.
Stu acting like he knew that.
I knew that all along.
Shut up! I'm trying to hear number 4 so I can win this quiz for once in my life.
Number 4 is the Valkyrie Queen.
Valkyrie.
Oh, that's Super Mario.
I
I am actually writing these down as well.
What, the Super Mario?
I've
on
written
every
Super
answer?
Mario down 3 times.
Do you have a guess for Valkyrie Queen?
I have no clue at all.
Is that no? I don't think she's a queen, but Valkyrie was in Gauntlet, so I'm going with Gauntlet. Valkyrie.
God of
shut
War. Maybe God of
Yeah,
War.
it might be a God of War. No, it's not Norse, is it? Though it's not Norse mythology.
I don't know.
5 is King Dedede.
King Dedede.
Is that?
ED.
I have really no clue.
I'm not going to go for the obvious joke answer. I'm not going to say Super Mario.
What is your answer?
Super Donkey Kong.
I'll give you the answers in my next speak pipe, so I'll speak to you shortly.
Okay, let's hear what we should have got.
Yeah, here come the answers. I think I'm going to get 2 answers right, which may be more than y'all. Let's find out.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Sains back again with the answers to the Royal Character Video Game Quiz, or something along those lines. Okay, so here we go. The first one, I'm sure you got this one. Number 1, King of All the Cosmos, was from the Katamari series.
Yeah!
Yeah, I put that. I wrote that down.
Oh, yeah!
Has Katamari appeared in Super Mario?
Might have done.
No, he might not have done.
He may have done.
No, he did not. Anyway, here comes number 2.
And number 2, Princess Elena. She's a character from the Street Fighter series.
Oh, Stu got that one
Real.
wrong. Oh, snap.
I have no clue, really. I would have no clue. Never played it.
Yeah. All right, here comes number 3.
And number 3, a good one for SNES lovers. King Hippo is from the Punch-Out series.
Oh, got it. Fire!
2-0.
Mario is in that.
Hey, it's on a Nintendo console. It's close enough.
Number 4, Valkyrie Queen. A more up-to-date one. She's from the current God of War game.
Oh,
we said that. Who said God of War?
I said God of War.
Yeah, Chitty did.
Oh, wow.
Hey!
I actually got one right.
Spoilers, I've not come across her yet.
Nor have I.
King Dedede. He is from the Kirby series. I think that's,
again, another Nintendo game, not a clue.
Keep on gaming.
Featherman Tommy, call out the army, but get me to the church. Get me to the church. Be sure and get me to the church.
Duke wins the quiz.
So hold on.
Hold on.
Don't give it the game away. I have to read out the results. Right.
Yeah, read the results, Ginny.
With a staggering, amazing 0, it's
That's
Stu.
me.
Yay!
Yeah, but let's be fair. 3 of the
He's
questions.
expected to win a quiz when he's drunk.
No, not only that. 3 of the questions were
Sloshed.
from Nintendo consoles,
Shut
which I'd
up.
never
Shut
play.
Nintendo in 20 years.
Also, coming up the rear is Mike with 1 point.
Whose rear are you coming up, Mike?
Why do you have to repeat the joke? Like, we get the joke.
It's
Why-
funnier every time. That's why.
Yeah, it's
repeat
funny.
it.
I reworded it. It was reworded.
Oh, all right, I'll reword a knock joke.
Go on, go.
Who?
Oh,
Here, I've got one. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ipe.
I get it. It's
Oh, what about this one? Knock, knock.
No, we're not doing this anymore. Is this show over? It's late.
No. Are we done? Is that it? Are we done?
Right.
Hold on. No, Duke has got.
Wait a minute. It's still results.
Duke has got. Let me just count them. 1, 2.
It's time for a shout out.
2 points.
And he's the winner.
Yeah, well.
Yay.
Oh. Right. Anyway.
Right. My shout out.
Shout outs. Go.
I want to shout out Mighty Ice Dude. He sent me a message on Steam which said, "Hey Duke, just messaging to say thank you for doing the podcast. I know you do it every week, but I truly appreciate it." And I appreciate that. It's very nice of him to send me that message. You know, like I said to him. What?
What about us?
What about you?
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
you
he
on
said
your own.
to pass it on. I'm passing it on.
Oh, that's all right then.
I want a
You made it
personal
like
message.
Personal to you,
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thanks to him and everybody who listens.
I want you to gift me 3 games on Steam now.
Yeah, I think you should do
haven't
that
been
as a
in for a
penance.
while, then send us a message. Send us a speak pipe.
Yeah.
Holler at your boy.
Don't actually give me games.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ginny, over to you.
I don't know. Yeah, email the show, you fuckers.
Email.
Remember last week when I said I published the EGX Friday video? I didn't, but
No, did you not?
Suck it.
I didn't, but I will.
Say that.
I will. So stay tuned on the YouTube channel for that. Most Wednesday evenings I stream live, so if you want to watch me play The Witcher and get pissed off at it, you're welcome to. But if not, they're all on YouTube anyway. You can just watch them in your own time. Thanks for listening to the show. Appreciate it.
Yeah, my shout out goes to Strutmeister because he took the time to leave us an iTunes review. So we need that.
Oh, snap. Where is the thing? It's been so long. Oh, here it is.
Yo. You want them iTunes reviews? You got to.
Yes, he left us a 5-star review.
Wow.
Oh, snap. We've
And
never
said-
gotten a 5-star review before.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. So he says this. What can you not like about this podcast? If you are a gamer and you enjoy listening to mates chatting about stuff, then this is the one for you. No, Stu, Chinny, and Duke are not mates of mine, but it feels like they are because they are inclusive, amusing, and friendly. That's good.
Well, I wouldn't say friendly.
I think we're pretty
Shut the fuck up. Of course we
Yeah,
are.
shut up, you idiot. They have shown the Overseas Connection podcast, also worth subscribing to, the way for years.
Oh,
And all-
shit.
I know.
That is
shit's on,
shots fired.
Damn.
Shots fired!
And although I've only been listening for the last... Although I've been listening for only the last 18 months, I can see how much influence
No,
it
this
has
is
affected
bollocks.
the OC.
This is a fake review. I refuse to
Genuinely,
believe this.
this is a fun and entertaining podcast, and long may it continue. Thank you for all the hard work, gents. It's much appreciated. Strutmeister UK. No, I think it's genuine. But shots fired, baby.
Shots fired.
That's fine.
La, la.
So funny.
You guys
so there
got
you
any?
go. Yeah, thank you for that.
No.
No, do you know what? We appreciate every review we get on iTunes, whatever it says. So that's,
Except for
that's
that
really-
one.
Except for
Yeah.
that one.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyway, beef, baby. There's some more beef. Let's like some beef. And that's it. Is that it? Are we done?
Yes.
I'm done.
That's done. But thanks to everybody who listens. Thanks to everyone who participates.
Fuck off.
Leave us alone.
Listen to another show. There's fucking loads of them.
Yeah, I kind of just say big thanks to everybody who's listened till this time because we are an hour later than normal and there's like 9 people still listening on Twitch.
Yeah,
which
up
is
there.
pretty impressive, and three on the YouTubes. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's hung around for all this time.
I've added a new thing to the stream now, but I haven't seen it pop up yet. Shall I show you what it is?
You can do. Oh.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Sorry,
Oh.
it's not that. No.
Is that not it?
That's not dick butt. So when somebody follows or
Yeah.
hosts our show or subscribes on YouTube, we get a little alert on the stream, and it'll come up like that. So it'll come up on the. You'll see it now on the stream. It's a
Waiting.
It's a little GIF.
Oh, is it a dancing shark?
It's a dancing shark.
It's a dancing shark.
There you go.
Nice.
So whenever somebody follows or subscribes, we'll get a little alert, and we can say, "Hey, thanks to Twatboy68 for following."
Twat boy. Can I just say as well? Did you see the email that we got off Webbing Fang, Chinny?
No.
We got an email off a guy called Webbing Fang, which is a very odd name. I don't think it's spam because I've clicked on the links and everything seems hunky dory. But basically, he's built a new podcast search engine called Listen Notes, but which is like Google but for podcasts. It's free to use. He's not asking to buy anything here. Just wanted to introduce you to the tool he built. He's listed us, so he's put us on there without us asking him to do it. And
Permission, you mean?
yeah, he didn't ask permission, but he's put us on there. And he's just said, look, all I want to know is if you have anything, if you find it useful, if you have any suggestions, just let me know. Just sort of give him some feedback.
Okay.
So there you go.
What's the chap's name?
Feedback. Putting
Webbing
some money off of our hard work.
I know, yeah. I've not seen. I must admit, when I had a look, I couldn't see any sort of links for advertising or any of that malarkey. But I'm sure he must make some cash somehow.
Trying to make money somehow.
Yeah.
Nothing's free in this world.
Are we on Stitcher?
Not a clue.
Somebody asked me, you're not on Stitcher?
Yeah. We're on TuneIn Radio. We're on obviously iTunes. We're on pretty much every podcast player you can think of. You can just find us there.
Someone said, what's the name of your podcast? Oh, you're not on Stitcher. I was like, what's Stitcher?
We're on Listen Notes now. Whatever that is.
Stitcher.
Yeah.
What's Stitcher? Stitcher is a compare gas and electricity website.
Have you ever smelled a sewer rat get vomited up by a dead hobo?
What?
I haven't either, but I think that's what my dog smells like. Tito, Jesus, why you gotta sit next to me if you're gonna be releasing such foul stenches?
Yeah.
Lovely. Is it because your dog's a vegetarian?
No, it's because well, he's not. Talking about. Second of all, vegetarians tend to have better gaseous releases than.
I'm not too sure that's true.
Anyway.
If you eat loads of beans, that cannot be true.
Yeah, we should be on Stitcher, Stu. I've just Googled it.
Look, good. You just sort that out. You sort that shit out. I put us on tuning.
All right, I'll sort it out. Oh, it's like it's like you have to pay.
We're gonna sort everything out, people. Don't worry. We got this sorted.
Yeah, you sort that shit out.
I'll sort it out.
And yeah. I am gonna end the stream.
There you go.
Or the recording.
The recording, that is.
So am I now.
There you go.